So we are on the 26th day of the practice of the Bhagavad Gita. And today I have chosen the 8th shlok of the 17th chapter. So I'll chant it as usual. Ayu sattva balarogya sukha priti vivardhanaha rasya snigdha sthira vidya ahara Sattvic priyaha. Bhagawan is explaining to Arjun what sattvic food entails. And he says, foods which promote longevity, intelligence, vigor, health, happiness, and cheerfulness, and which are juicy, succulent, substantial, and naturally agreeable, are liked by men of sattvic nature. The first point I want to explain is this particular part of the sentence, are liked by sattvic nature. That means those who are sattvic will like this kind of food, and not necessarily those who eat this become sattvic. Of course, it will help to become sattvic, but sattvic people will generally tend towards this kind of food. Our output, all the work that we do through our BMI, everything depends on what we put into the BMI. So our output depends on our input. So therefore, our food should be such that if we want to be sattvic in nature and we want to support sattva, then our food should necessarily follow some prescribed suggestions by the Vedas. So Chandogya Upanishad tells us that even in the food, there are several parts of the food. So the grossest, the coarsest part of the food is generally eliminated through the feces. Then there's a subtler part of the food that becomes our body. Okay, that becomes our flesh, all our different parts of the body. And then there's the subtlest part of the food, and that is what makes up the mind. So food is not just for the body, food is also for the mind. Jaisa ahar, vaisa vichar. So as we are on a spiritual journey, we need to put a lot of importance to the kind of food we are eating, which is something we don't do because we don't give it that importance. So today, my entire 5 points for making our food sattvic will concentrate only on the kind of food we are eating. And I think that's extremely important. So the first, what is the kind of food that we should eat? And obviously, it should be prescribed by the Vedas. So, few points. Eat food that increases vitality, not bulk. Second, eat food that would keep you alert when you are meditating instead of making you sleepy. Obviously, tamasic food will make you very sleepy during meditation, and very rajasic food would make you very chanchal during meditation. So therefore, you need to find the kinds of foods that keep you still and alert. Then see what kinds of food tempt you to eat more and more of, because they are titillating the taste buds. So avoid those foods because you're going to get attached to them. Eat food that is easily digestible so that your body is not wasting too much energy on digesting the food rather than doing sadhana. Because most of the time we have no energy for sadhana because all the energy is going in digesting the food. There are foods that will make you joyful. There are foods that make you cheerful. Try to get those foods. You know, I'm not going to tell you today which are the foods. If you want, I can do a separate one about that. Then, most important, eat food that is clean, eat food that is prepared in a wholesome way. And then the last point of what kind of food. Eat food that doesn't involve taking the life of any other creature. So George Bernard Shaw wrote somewhere, and I don't know the exact words, but it says that the body is a temple where God resides, and it's not a burial ground for dead flesh. So that is the kind of food you should be choosing, not food that you're eating for your tongue, but eating for your body, mind, and intellect. Second point, how much food should you be eating so that it is considered to be sattvic? Generally, how much food do we eat? We eat as much food as we feel full now, like stomach is like sticking out. But the Vedas say you should eat 1/3 of the space of your stomach. That's how much you should eat. Only 1/3 the space of the stomach. Then what to do with the other 2/3? 1/3 you keep for liquid, and 1/3 you keep it empty so that there is place for digestion to take place. If you fill your, your food processor, your mixie to the brim, you cannot churn the food. So there needs to be a little bit of space left in the mixie, which is the stomach, so that you can digest it. All right. How to eat? So we said what kind of food? We said how much food? Now, how to eat? The best way to eat food is by converting it into prasad. How to convert it into prasad? By praying, by applying it as bhog to Bhagawan, offering it as bhog to Bhagawan. And if you can't go to the temple and offer it as bhog, then you chant Annapurne mantra or simply say Brahm Arpanam and then you eat. Okay. What kind of food we did? Second was how much. Third was how to eat. Fourth, what is the mental attitude you should have or the acharan that you should have while eating? And really, this is something we don't follow at all. What the Shastra says, while eating, there should be absolutely no unnecessary talking and no unnecessary laughing. We do just the opposite, even in Siva, which is really bad. Second, while eating, please, however the food may be, don't complain about it and don't grumble about it. Whatever is offered, just accept it as prasad. Eat with awareness and not mindlessly. Sometimes we just shovel the food into the mouth. That should not be so. Definitely no watching TV, no going on WhatsApp, no watching videos while eating. And third, express gratitude to the food, gratitude to the people who have prepared it, gratitude to the people who have grown it while eating. Fifth, and that's a very beautiful part of this sattvic food. Food is not just what you eat through the mouth. Bhagawan here is talking about all the food that goes into us through all our 5 senses. So whatever we see, whatever we smell, whatever we hear, whatever we touch, all the 5 senses, all the inputs that go into us through the 5 senses is considered as food. And therefore, to have a sattvic life or to be sattvically inclined, we have to take care of all the inputs of all the five senses. So the books we read, the music we listen to, the TV we watch, the media, the internet, the leisure activities, the friends, the whatever you do, everything, all these rules should apply to all these inputs. Okay, so let's go ahead now. More tomorrow.